to AC Electronics. In today's video, we'll be discussing the Maxwell's equation. There are four equations of Maxwell. That is, the first one is Gauss law, second one is Gauss law for magnetism, third one is the Faraday's law, and the fourth one is modified Ampere's circuital law. So we'll be discussing these four equations on an exam point of view. We'll be discussing the equations and also the concept. Because you know that in competitive examination, you can face a lot of questions from this area. As in equations and also in numericals. Okay, so we'll be discussing four of these equations, and also I've discussed a trick to remember for the four of these equations easily. For that, it will be useful for you for your competitive examination, and also you can download the notes of this video in the description box. The link is given. Okay, so let's see the equations. So the first one is the Gauss law. We have discussed about the Gauss law in electrostatics formula revision video also. Okay, so Gauss law, it states that the net outflow of electric flux through any closed surface is proportional to the charge enclosed. So consider that there is a closed surface and the electric flux, the net electric flux flowing out of that closed surface is proportional to the charge enclosed. And you can represent the Gauss law, which is a very important law, especially in competitive examination. You can see these questions coming as option. That is, you need to know the equation also. Okay, so del dot D, where D is the electric flux density, del dot divergence of the electric flux density is equal to rho V, which is the charge density in that volume. Okay, also we are talking about the electric flux, right? So the electric flux is denoted using the letter psi, and we have discussed that psi is represented using the surface integral of d dot ds, or it is the total flux is equal to flux density into area. So that is done here in the integral form. Okay, so this is the total flux is equal to total, that is volume integral rho v dv. This is nothing but total charge. Rho v is the charge density. Charge density into volume is equal to total charge enclosed. So this is equal to Gauss law. So the brief or the nutshell of this Gauss law is that the equation of flux, total flux, will be equal to the total charge enclosed in that volume. So if you are considering a volume, consider that there is some net flux coming out of that volume. It will be equal to the charge enclosing in that volume. That is the concept. And this equation is for net flux, and this gives you the total charge. So that's why I've written Q enclosed or the charge enclosed. Now we have written all these things in terms of the flux density. Also, we know that the electric flux is nothing but the electric field, the net electric field in a region or in a surface. We call it as electric flux, right? That is electric flux. Electric flux is nothing but the electric field. So you can also write this equation in terms of the electric field intensity, and that will be like this: del dot E equal to charge density rho by epsilon 0. This is also another equation. So if you are also seeing this in your options, you should figure out that this is nothing but Gauss law. Okay, so the most important notations is these two, and also you can write this in integral format like this. So in various textbooks, you can find these equations also. E dot ds. E dot ds means electric field intensity into area. That is nothing but electric flux. Total electric field coming out of a area is the electric flux. Okay, so this is nothing but electric flux. That will be equal to Q, which is a charge by epsilon 0. This is also a famous notation. Okay, so I hope the concept is clear to you. Gauss law means net electric flux is equal to the charge enclosed in that area. Let's see the next equation. The second equation is Gauss law for magnetism. Very simple equation or very simple law. This states that the net outflow of the magnetic field through an enclosed surface is equal to 0. So this law is explaining about the dipole nature of the magnetic field. And it also explains that magnetic field cannot exist as monopole. So when we are discussing about a magnet, there is two poles, right? So two poles of a magnet is there. There is, magnets are not monopole, they are dipole. Okay, so this law explains about the dipole nature of the magnet also. That is, the magnetic field cannot exist as a monopole. And also it states that the most important statement is that net outflow of magnetic field through any closed surface is equal to 0. So del dot B magnetic flux density equal to 0. And the surface integral, in the integral form, surface integral of B dot ds is equal to 0. So this is the second law for, that is second Maxwell's equation, which is the Gauss law for magnetism. The third law is called Faraday's law of induction. This states that, so this is actually the Maxwell-Faraday version of Faraday's law of induction, and it describes that how a time-varying magnetic field creates an electric field. And the expression is like this: del cross E, that is the curl of electric field, is equal to minus dou B by dou T. So this is a time-varying magnetic field which creates an electric field. That is this Faraday's law of induction. The integral form of this equation states that the work per unit charge required to move a charge around a closed loop, that is the work done to move a charge around a closed loop, is equal to the rate of change of magnetic flux through that enclosed surface. So if you are trying to move a charge around a closed surface, the work done to move that charge is equal to the rate of change of the magnetic flux through that surface. Okay, so that is the integral form explaining. So here, integration over a closed loop, E dot dl is equal to minus surface integral, that is integration over the surface, dou B by dou T dot ds. Okay, so this is the time varying flux through that closed surface, and this is the work done to move a charge. Okay, so that is the integral form explaining. So the Faraday's law is nothing but the relation between electric field and the magnetic field. So it states that a time varying magnetic field can create an electric field. That is the brief of your Faraday's law of induction. Okay, so the fourth Maxwell's equation is the modified Ampere-Circuital law. Okay, so this states that, this equation states that, see, there are two ways to generate magnetic field. Magnetic field can be created either by the electric current passing through a conductor will generate a magnetic field, or by displacement current. And this displacement current is due to the varying electric field. Okay, so these are the two ways primarily which you can generate a magnetic field. So this law states that, or this equation states that, the magnetic field induced around any closed loop is proportional to the sum of electric current plus displacement current. So just the written form of what we have explained just before. Okay, so total magnetic field around a closed loop will be the sum of these two, electric current and displacement current. Now in the equation form, it is written like del cross H equal to J electric current plus dou D by dou T. Okay, and in the integral form you can write integration over a closed loop H dot dl equal to integration over an area J plus dou D by dou T into dA. Okay, so this is the modified Ampere-Circuital law. It explains about the generation of magnetic field. The generation of magnetic field can be either by electric current or by displacement current. So when you calculate the total magnetic field around a closed loop, you take the sum of these two currents. Okay, so that is you take it as proportional to the sum of these two currents. So in this equation, we can see two components. One is the electric current. This is the component representing the displacement current. So we have seen that the displacement current is due to the changing electric field. So we will represent it by the electric flux density. Okay, so that is the this term. This term constitutes the displacement current and this is the electric current. Okay, so I really hope that these four equations are now familiar to you. Now we'll see a quick method, that is in a tabular form, how can we represent it and how can we memorize these four equations quickly. So next we are going to see a tip to remember these Maxwell's equations. So I have formed a tabular form of these equations, not a tabular form, in an equation format. I have formed or I've written these four equations as in order 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you have to write a del here. There is a dot and there is a cross in between these two variables. There is a D, B, E and H. Okay. Now, corresponding to E, you have to write rho V. Corresponding to B, you have to write 0. Corresponding to E, you have to write minus dou B by dou T. Corresponding to H, you have to write J plus dou D by dou T. And I've just named also the equations according to their naming. So the first one is Gauss law, second one is Gauss law for magnetism, third one is Faraday's law, fourth one is Ampere's circuitous law. Okay, now how to form the equations is del dot D equal to rho V. Then del dot here, B equal to 0, that is Gauss law for magnetism. Then del cross E equal to minus dou D by dou T, del cross H is equal to J plus dou D by dou T. So if you form like this, very easy to remember. You don't have to again go through the each laws. By using only this format, you can remember all the Maxwell's equation. Okay, so also either way you can write, you can either write here del dot D itself or del dot B here also, or just form like this. Okay, so anyway, if you form this like a tabular form or like an equation form, it is very easy for you to remember all the Maxwell's equation, because you know that it is very important, especially for competitive examinations. You have to remember all the Maxwell's equation, and also we derive a lot of other things from these equations. Okay, so these are acting as a basic things. Okay, so I really hope that you found the video useful. If yes, please to give it a thumbs up and also share it with your friends. And if you want more videos, please do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and keep on watching.